Welcome to Alaska Gateway School District short video series on lesson planning in ClassBrite. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add a lesson within a curriculum map unit that you've already built in a course. So in order to show you how to do this today, we're going to go to a curriculum map that we created in science. So in order to build my lesson plan within a unit, I can't just add one necessarily from this spot. The best way to do that is to go into the course specifically. I'm going to go into my maps units section, and I'm going to choose, I see that the units I've already laid out here, and I want to build a lesson within my plants unit. So when I go into my plants unit, I see that I've already have listed some of the topics that I want to be sure and cover in this unit. I've got some essential questions. I've got an assessment plan. I have already pre-attached some standards to this lesson. And so now what I'm ready to do is add a plan. And so to add the plan directly within the unit and attach it, associate it with this unit specifically, I'm going to do this from here. And the benefits of this are a little bit of a time saver. You've already done a lot of work pre-planning this unit. And so to create a lesson within it, we'll just do it through here. So when I go to add plan, I come to this page. And it's a little bit different than the regular lesson plan start page in that it is associated with my plant unit right here. So I'm going to call this particular plan Tundra Plants, and I'm going to associate it with this particular week. Save changes. And so now I'm in my course selector page, which I always come to first when to the standard selector page when we're planning any lesson. Since I am planning this lesson within a unit, the first place I want to go, instead of going directly to plan, is I want to go to this unit button because I've already planned the unit and I have a lot of information in here and I'd like to use it. So now when I click unit, what I see is the unit that I planned already, but it looks a little different in that there are these check boxes next to the items that I put here. And so the topic that I am going to be covering in my lesson today is where plants grow, cold environments, and a little bit about plant survival. Those are two topics I'm going to be covering in my lesson today. And I've already pre-planned for these. I'm going to address the essential question that I've already planned: how do plants survive and reproduce in different environments? And here are the standards that I already have pre-attached with this whole unit. I'm going to use these three today. So right now, I've already, by pre-planning my unit a while back, I've already saved myself a little time in the planning process. If I had already pre-attached resources, now would be the time that I could check them to use them. So now I've checked what I'm going to do out of the unit in this plan. Now it's time for me to go over to my plan. When I go there, I see that my topics are already attached, my essential question is here, and my standards are already here. And here is my blank plan for Monday. I'm going to insert a template that I've already created, my daily template, because it's got my parts that I like to have, how I structure my class with my introduction and assessment of prior knowledge, and all these other things. So for my introduction today, I'm going to use a video. For this lesson, it's one I've pre-selected, and I'm going to show it to the kids. It's Introduction to Tundra and the Tundra Biome. And so I'm just going to copy the URL, and I'm going to paste that in here. Right now, ClassBrite doesn't have the ability to put links in, but you can always just copy and paste when you have URLs that you know you want to use. So that's going to be my introduction. My assessment of prior knowledge is I want to review some vocabulary with the kids. I want to make sure that we review vocabulary we've already studied, like adaptations. So those are two vocabulary words that I want to review with them. For the demonstration, I'm going to give the kids some flower cards. Or not flower cards, plant cards. Okay, so I've got pictures of some different plant cards that I want to use during this lesson. I've got pictures of cotton grass. So those are some of the plant cards that I have. So I'm going to show them to the kids. I'm going to have them repeat the names, and we'll play a little flashcard game so that they can remember what they look like. For my direct instruction portion of this, I'm going to give the kids, I'm going to put up on a chart a list of adaptations that plants of the tundra have. And this list is going to include some things like, let's see. Okay, so this is a list of adaptations of tundra plants, and I'm going to put this list up, and I'm going to talk about this list with the kids. This is my direct instruction with them. For group work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them work in small groups, and I'm going to give each group a set of cards. And what they're going to do is they're going to use the cards and compare them and look at the features of the plants that are on the cards. And they're going to try and determine what adaptations that I've listed on the chart. They're going to refer to that chart and see which ones they think those plants have. And they're going to talk about why. Okay. And when they're done, for the assessment at the end, I'm going to have each group share out at least one card that they know that they've figured out the adaptations. Okay. And so that's my plan for the day. So I save it. And so here, what I've got for this particular, I've got my lesson planned out. I used a template. I'm going to click Monday for all of these to go with my Monday lesson. And there, I've made a lesson plan. By pre-planning my unit, I have saved myself quite a bit of time up here. And this also, by putting my topics and essential questions up here, this has allowed me to keep my lesson focused and make sure that what I'm planning really does fit the focus that I originally had planned out for this lesson. And by using my template, I keep to my structure and make sure I include all the important things I need to in my lesson. And so that's how you plan a lesson within a unit that you've already created in your curriculum map in ClassBrite.